Hello there, welcome to Herman Manyora's YouTube channel. I'm glad that you've joined us for today's political conversations that I usually say I hope we'll be able to build this country even as we're progressing towards this year's general election. So much is happening within the country, and yes, I'm joined by the one and only founder and director of this channel and Nairobi Review, Herman Manyora. Welcome on set.
Thank you, George.
So much is happening, and first I must remind people that if you hear us talking about Isorite, we can also talk about your company, whether it's small or it's big SMEs. We're here for you. We can help you reach clients for the business that you have. So you can send us an email at hermanmanyora22@gmail.com, and I'm sure we'll be able to respond to you. We'll show you how we can be able to partner together so that clients and our viewers can be able to partner with your business. So much is happening. We have Marsabit has a curfew. We have candidates in Kenya. There are so many, and people are complaining that it's not going to be good for us. Let's start with that before we also talk about Raila Odinga. 44 presidential independent candidates right now. What would you say the ballot is going to look like if all these people are going to be on that ballot together with the big wigs that we have in the country?
You know, the problem in this country is we stretch some things a little to crazy limits.
Yeah.
In 2013, our presidential debate was organized, and it was going to be between, I think, 3 or so presidential candidates. Out of 13, I think there were about 13. So it was going to be between Uhuru Kenyatta, Raila Odinga, and I think Musalia Mudavadi.
In 2013?
Yeah. These other small fellows went to court. And our courts, you know our courts. I tell our courts, don't carry things a bit too far. You know, courts must work within common sense and with some restraint and constraint. So the court says everybody must be there. So we were treated to a very good debate. Leader was the best debater, which was good anyway.
Yeah.
We enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Now I want to imagine if people are arranging for a debate, okay, and they go by that ruling, by that precedent, and all these fellows, what kind of debate will you have?
44 of them.
Let's begin there. Secondly, what will like you say, ballot paper, what did it
What will it look like?
It's very easy for the picture to be distorted. Because a lot of everybody must have a symbol. Some of these symbols will look like other symbols. You see what I'm saying? And then a confusion, and you'll find very interesting results, including somebody who nobody knows has like 10,000 votes.
Because of the symbol?
Because of the symbol, people thought even similarity in names and even appearance, you know, whatever it is, if the photographs are there. And I'm saying, we can't go that way. Ati haki yetu. Rights. What rights about it? We cannot have jokers on a presidential ballot.
Should we change?
Unknown to many people in America is not just Bill Clinton, is not just Joe Biden and Trump who stood. There were a lot of others.
Even my favorite
but
artist,
they are limited.
Kanye West was on there, but he was limited.
They are limited. You say, I can only afford to be on a ballot of, say, Kakamega County. Then you pay for that. So that people of Kakamega, when they are looking for a presidential candidate, they can see you are there on the ballot, for example, in America. So me, I will appear on the ballot for Nairobi County. I'm not on any other ballot. So the people of Nairobi, wanakuta we Manyora pale, Raila pale, Ruto pale. You can't allow busybodies and jokers.
Should the qualifications then change?
These clowns. There's not qualification. Kenyans are joking. When we say these people pay, say no, you are interfering with rights, people's rights. How would you even run a campaign if you are not, if you don't have money? Look, one of the reasons why we have claims of rigging is people keep saying things didn't go well or there were manipulations at the polling station level. So one of the requirements by IBC, which is sleeping, which is why I say people like Chibukati cannot run an institution like IBC. One of the requirements should be every candidate must have an agent in a polling station to minimize ushenzi that kulikuwa manipulate. You must have. That is within IBC administratively. And they can go further and say, you will have, as you put in your papers, give the list of agents, or at the very least the amount of money we have agreed to pay them. If you are going to have 3 agents per polling station, and it is 1,000 per agent, you will draw a check of 3,000 times the number of agents in this country and take to IBC, which will pay those people. You just need to be creative and to think.
So you're saying
people like in Chebukati, the courts have said, let them have if you allow this 44, next time will be 300.
Then what's the position?
So you'll have to create a book as a ballot paper. So now, with the 6 ballots, you know, we are voting for 6 positions. If somebody is going to take in the ballot booth 10 minutes to go through the presidential one, that's why I'm saying people like Chebukati, this job is too big for them. And I don't hate them. I love them. They are good guys. But a job like this is too big for him. He doesn't have the ability. You need to have the ability. And it's not only Chebukati. We give people jobs in this country, they don't have ability for them, the capacity. You need to look at this thing. How will I minimize? People will go to court. So one of them, I'm saying this one, you must have an agent. To minimize, because IBC spends hundreds of millions, if not billions, of our money during petitions, paying lawyers. We want to minimize those. And therefore, they must put conditions. To be a presidential candidate, you must have an agent. Every polling station, there are about 45,000 polling stations. Even if you have just 2, all these jokers, none of them will be there.
Some would want to know, are you trying to limit democracy in the country?
Yes, you must limit. No, you can't allow every joker to spoil an election. Okay, let them not limit. Fine. Fine. Even midnight, no polling station will have finished voting.
So some of these things need to happen. You don't care about people that don't have money.
So you cannot go into an election without money. That's a reality. It's a fact. You cannot try to be president of this country. If you are popular, like me, I may stand in 2027 on the basis of popularity. I would expect Kenyans to sponsor my election.
Oh.
Yes. I will start in 2025. Tell Kenyans, I have seen the mess in this country. You have seen none of these people can sort out. I want to sort out this mess, but I don't have resources. Support me. And I'll start fundraising. By 2026, I will have billions in my kitty to go for this election. So if you don't have money, don't stand. If you think you are popular, ask us. We shall raise for you.
Okay.
Yes.
I think that question has been well answered. If you don't have money, fundraise.
Fundraise? If you are that popular, we should be able to fundraise for you. We'll finance your campaign. But you cannot tell me all you need is to be beyond 18 years and an ID. And you put yourself on the back. It doesn't happen like that anywhere in the world.
IsAlright.com is a global merchants platform, a platform that which you can be able to sell your products. If you have a property, if you have cars, if you have whatever you'd like to lease, go to IsAlright.com, sign up right now for you to get those American dollars. Remember, IsAlright.com is a platform which you can be able to get clients for your movie tickets, clients for the assets that you have that you'd like to sell, products, if you have movie tickets, if you have events that you'd like to sell, both here in Kenya and across the world. Go to IsAlright.com right now. As usually say, it's all right, it's all right. You have a problem with the 44, Mr. Manyora, problem with the 44 independent candidates. Now we have Raila Odinga coming out and speaking about zoning. You know, we talked about zoning. He said that there is no zoning, but then he went to Nanyuki and he said they've come up with a plan for zoning in the country. What do you think about this plan? You remember Mathare Jubilee aspirant Bahati was crying foul. What do you think about this plan now that
when a name comes, it's just the name zoning, which people seem to hate. So don't use it. Raila, don't use zoning. Just do what Ruto is doing quietly. Just get people to talk. Get people on the table. Just move. Just act. Don't give it a name. The moment you say zoning, people are up in arms.
Don't say whether there's zoning or not.
No, just approach things on a case-to-case basis, but with a guiding policy.
Okay.
A structured way of doing it. So you say, Manyora, you and Sifuna and so, you go to Western. Put these people together. So, you go to Mombasa. Put these people together. You know?
Yeah.
The one which is too tough, bring in Raila. Bring in Kalonzo. Bring in so. You know, that's how it should be done. So you think there's no time left, of course.
Yeah. So you think the deputy president is doing a good job when it comes to
He's doing better than the rest.
What is important?
He's achieving. What is important is the results. So Ruto is achieving. So far, he has achieved better than Raila in terms of getting people to understand on who runs, to agree on one of them.
Okay.
And this will give him a head start over Raila. So Raila must also move, but avoid the word zoning.
At all?
The people, when you mention zoning, people jump up.
What head start are you speaking about? Ruto coming out and putting his people together,
yes,
and Raila. Which is this head start?
Once you have put your people together, and the others are still fighting, then on the face of it, you are the one going to win the seat. So unless they do something, you'll take it. And I've given examples. You go to Kakamega, for example. There's my friend Savula on DAP, Azimio.
Okay.
There is Fernandez Baraza, ODM, Azimio. Malala will lick them. Simple. It is a no-brainer. He will lick them. He will have both one of them for lunch, another one for breakfast.
But what should Raila do? Because this is we've talked about this so much.
You go there and weigh the situation. There are times when it may be good for both of them to run.
Okay.
Because you know, this guy like Savula may eat northern part of Kakamega, which Baraza may not get to. If you calculate, you let them run. Okay. But if you think they are eating into each other, you tell one to stand down. Okay. You have to do it. You don't do it, you'll be licked. In Nairobi, you see, they did it in Nairobi. And that is good. Yeah. They were able to do it. And the fallout, people are already healing. Yeah. People are beginning to accept the team was not running. Yeah. So doing it, you need to be bold enough like Ruto and do it. And finish it. Deal with the consequences, and the people will heal. By the time you get, people will have forgotten that pain. Okay. So that's what I'm saying. Do it the way they did it in Nairobi. Tell Ngatia, tell Tim Wanyonyi. Now you have Igade facing Sakaja. Now if they vote today, Sakaja will win. But by August, Igade will win. So that's how you need to do it.
I like the way you say by August, Igade will win.
Of course. I know he'll win.
Based on?
Courtesy of Azimio. Azimio is, Nairobi is majorly blue. Nairobi is over 60% blue. So that tells you Igade will win.
Not yellow.
No. Okay. Yellow is, even yellow 40, I'm being very generous.
Still in Raila's trip in Mount Kenya doing his campaigns there, he said a team of experts is working on his manifesto. He's planning to come up with, I think it will be delivered next week. I'm not sure if they will deliver, but it's supposed to be done by next week. What do you think is paramount? What do you think Raila should come up with first? If they're going to do the manifesto way, what should they focus on number one in the manifesto?
The manifesto thing is the one that finished Raila in 2017. And that's where David Ndii messed them. I told them, write a manifesto and throw it away. Just put it in the press one day and forget about it. Don't even launch it. Don't even talk about it. Just draw a small, cheap, simple manifesto, short, and put it in the press. Let Herman Manyora discuss it on TV and the rest.
And YouTube.
And YouTube and the rest. But never talk about it. Focus, 2017 was focused on theft and rape of this country by Jubilee. Theft of, plunder of the resources of this country by Jubilee. Plunder, theft. That's what they are supposed to have done and nothing else. Okay. I'm not saying they didn't win, but the victory would have been so obvious nobody would have stolen from them. They went with the manifesto route through David Ndii, they lost it. Even now, Raila should not waste his time on manifesto. Do a nice blueprint, a nice manifesto, throw it away. Patia watu wa media na let other people talk about it. Focus on one thing. Tell Kenyans what you'll do about the current misery. Create hope. You don't do that through a manifesto. Create hope. Practical solutions to the problems facing Kenyans now. The cost of living. What are you going to do to arrest the cost of living? Give practical suggestions you can sell on a platform in a campaign rally. In a simple the way he's saying about theft, I'll stop theft. I know how they steal. Once I stop, I will seal the loopholes. And I'll jail some of these guys. And this is the kind of money I'll save. And begin giving practical examples. Your pesa Kimarel come on 22 billion. Quickly conceptualize what it can do. How many classrooms it can build? How many hospitals it can build? How much, if we pushed that into instead of raising taxes like 46 billion through VAT, whatever they get, I say I will not charge people VAT because I will have saved money this way. You know, so make it practical, make it realistic. Let people see that when Raila takes over power, within 6 months, the cost of living will come down. The pain will go down. Let them see it. Let them touch it. Let them say, as Raila Odinga, I'm going to lower taxes. I've consulted my experts. When we remove VAT, which does not discriminate, the worst form of tax is a tax that does not discriminate, which everybody pays, from the poorest villager to the billionaire. That tax, I cannot have it in my government as Raila Odinga. I'll remove that tax, VAT. VAT brings, say, 50 billion shillings. I will raise the 50 billion in this manner. quickly, not economics in a crowd, simple ways. Remove tax, lower it down. Petrol, government is spending even, I heard who talk about
40 shillings.
I don't know how much, 40 shillings.
Yeah.
Government is paying people subsidy. No, just remove the levies. If I'm Raila, I'll say road levy, which takes about 18 shillings per litre. Hiyo mimi natoa. Nimetoa. Immediately, a Raila government will reduce the price of fuel by 50 shillings. That's where he needs to go. If he doesn't do that, if he doesn't create hope, and of course it means talking to Uhuru so that he understand, so that don't people think, oh, kumbe these things were easy, and yet Uhuru was not. So you must navigate that.
In balance.
You balance that. Coalition politics, Pole and Uhuru, because it's your person, then you go public and say, mafuta and reducing 40 shillings. Then you say in Ethiopia, this mafuta equals so much, and the reason are this and this, that's why we are doing. So that's what he needs to do, not a manifesto.
But do Kenyans really want to hear that?
That they will learn to hear.
Because when we listen to Deputy President...
That they will want to hear.
When we listen to Deputy President William Ruto, when he was talking about stadiums, when he was talking about computer for, I think it was class 1 or is it grade 1, he made it seem simple.
Those are generics. I'm not talking about generic. If you say, my government as Raila Odinga will not charge fuel levy on fuel, on petrol, and it's currently so much per litre. That's not something you are just talking. That's something specific, and you'll do it. Yeah. If you talk about education, say, I will do this in education. If for example, say, when we talk of free education, a Raila government will make it free. And you say, principals, I'm sorry to disappoint you. You'll never collect fees.
You specify.
No principal will collect fees.
Period.
I'm going to strengthen county education boards. They are the ones that will collect any levy from government, and if parents must pay, so that no money will ever enter school. All the things schools, these things, so you know that the list when you are going to school. Blazer, what. You find a way of addressing it. So I say, my friend, if you are the principal, just resign. Because a principal job will just be a teacher.
Hakuna kukula.
Na hakuna principal atakuwa shule. Mimi nikiwa rais, hakuna principal. It will be a rotational thing. The entire staff is running the school. Periodically, after every month, you are the one who is in charge. You finish your 30 days, somebody. Hakuna principal, hakuna kunona na kusumbua wa Kenya.
The way teacher on duty
hakuna. When you are on duty, you are the deputy principal. The principal asks for 30 days. Another person takes over. Hakuna kunona na kwa sababu ya wazazi. You know, if I'm Raila, I'll put practical solutions on the table, so not a manifesto.
It's not the document. It's
no,
what you...
that is rubbish. No, and people don't even believe those documents.
Okay.
That manifesto is a waste of time. I select 3 or 4 things, share with Kenyans. Share with Kenyans.
And that's what is going to win him.
And if it's a Manyora campaign, I will say, I am abolishing NHIF.
I would love
You'll just walk to hospital and get treated and go home.
Yeah?
Hey, my friend, when I launch my campaign in 2027...
Will the deep state allow you to become president?
Which deep state?
The way you are...
Which deep state?
Yeah?
You do the deal in a deep state.
You can't be elected. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's political conversations. A conversation that is wrapping up everything that is happening within the country. I hope this conversation will be able to edify this country, even as we're progressing towards this year's election. If you are a presidential candidate and you'd like to know how you can be able to win these elections, look for this guy. This guy, Professor Herman Manyora, does have content. You said if you go to Mombasa and you put your feet inside the Indian Ocean.
And I'm thinking for you.
And you think
and
for
you
someone.
pay me some little money. When I come back, if I was thinking for Raila, people think I work for Raila. But if I was thinking for Raila, Ruto will not even be talking.
Have yourself a lovely rest of your day.